good? What's good? Both of you mics work? Oh, that's cool. I kind of like this mic. I can move this over a little bit. It's cool.
I don't know what you're talking about. I deny everything, and I only need to make counter accusations. I have no idea what you mean lining up at safety or blitzing or things. Come on, not me. Not the guy who only lines up at left corner. No, it was fun though. It was a good time. It was a little bit of a change up, showing him a different look, and we were able to get off the field and create some chaos. Make a few adjustments that people have the game plan for. So it was fun. It's fun after 10 years of playing in the same spot. You get to mix things up.
Last year during the run we made, I just remember us being in the playoffs, and after that first game, I didn't get any turnovers. First playoff game, I was excited, and then Emmanuel Sanders came up to me, and he was like, do that next game. Excuse my language. And then, I started thinking, I'm sitting on the sideline, I was just thinking about it. I was like, dang. And basically what he was meaning is stay consistent. And them words just stuck in my head, and stuck in my head this year. So, we can talk about the turnovers, but, man, who cares now, man? That was last week. I got to do it again.
Being a great cover guy isn't it's not something you can really explain. It's how could you teach a guy to be a great cover guy? You can't. There are certain things you can tell him, hey, play to your leverage, do this, get your hands on. But Jimmie has great natural instincts, and not just to cover tight ends, not just to cover, guys who are slower or bigger, et cetera. He can cover anybody. He can cover the fastest, quickest guy. He can cover the big guy. He can cover the tight end. He can cover a back. And that's what makes him so good, is because he's so versatile. There's nothing he can't do. If they had freaking 5 clones of Jimmie Ward, then, they'd be a hard defense to throw on. They probably play man coverage every play, and it'd be very difficult. He's that kind of player. He can play any position, and that's what makes him so valuable to this defense. It wouldn't work without his versatility. Some of the things we were able to do, we wouldn't be able to.
Kyle, are you superstitious about the hats you wear? You wore that red hat to death last season. You came out with the gray hat this season, audibleized to the black, and you seem to be sticking with it. Is that a superstitious thing?
I do have some superstitions. I try not to, but I have some. But no, that was more, it sounds like a statement now, but I'm trying not to make one. I wore that hat last year, and we did really well with it. Became extremely superstitious to my wife. So even when I got a little sick of it and wanted to change it, it wasn't an option according to her. And so I just didn't want to start it out this year, stuck with it, and just put on whatever hat I feel like wearing. And so people don't think I'm trying to make a statement, which it's not working the way I want it to, but I'm just trying to put a hat on that's comfortable for me. And I am a little OCD with what's comfortable for myself. So I don't just put anything on. Sorry.
Oh, it's still negative stuff out there. It's still negative. It'll never be all positive. And I'm just saying that's cool for my teammates. My teammates, they thought highly of me last year and a lot of years. It's just I had to put it together, and just I finally got some balls out, man. Some turnovers. That's what that was a question mark. Can he get the ball? And I still didn't even get any interceptions. So I don't even see what the big deal about. To me, I feel like it's still a lack of respect, and that's cool because that's better for me. It gives me that fire. It makes me go out there and give it my all. Even though I got paid, and that's cool and all that, but that's not all I want. I want everything, and that's how I play too. Like, if you can't tell, I'm play like I play like how I talk how I play. It's just it all starts in practice, and I don't know. It's just even just thinking about football right now. I'm starting to feel that fire inside of me. But other than that, let's get to the next question because I'm just feeling like game day right now.
Laken, how do you think the offensive line played on Sunday? What are some areas you think you can improve?
I think we played pretty well. We were able to execute some of the stuff that we wanted to, and we just got to keep grinding every week and keep pushing that standard every week, and you should be all right.
You're the starting quarterback for this crucial stretch run, but it's still Jimmy Garoppolo's team. So how do you approach leading right now in Arizona? Are you a vocal leader, or do you just lead by example?
Yeah, it's a good question. You just kind of get the feel of the team. At the end of the day, you be yourself, work as hard as you can, and make plays, and that's how you gain respect. And then you just keep working hard after that. I mean, my personality always just going to bring some energy, always be a positive influence and things like that. And we have a great group. You know, guys pick each other up, always encouraging each other, and fighting when it gets tough. And so I like our group right now, tight-knit, strong, and I hope I just bring positive energy to that huddle.
Robert, how did Kevin Givens perform in his first career start, and what kind of potential does he have?
Just like everyone. I mean, I thought Kevin did a great job. You know, he is explosive off the line of scrimmage. When he's attacking and getting vertical and using and penetrating and on the move, we had him on the move a little bit. He's hard to deal with. His pass rush ability is improving. His feel for run pass diagnosis on first and second down is improving. His strain, that's always the biggest part with D-line. How much can you strain? How much can you finish? How much can you run? All of that is coming into fruition for him, and so there's a growth process for him. But he's got something to him. He's got tremendous lower body strength. He's got a good head on his shoulders. It's important to him, and he is starting to understand all the things that truly make a D-line, and it starts with strain and fight, and he's got a chance. He's got a chance to be special. It's just a matter of how much more work he's willing to put in. So
last season it seemed like lots of things went your way. This season it seems like nothing's going your way. Everything's been a struggle, and it doesn't really seem like the season's fun. Are there ways that the season has been gratifying, though, the struggle of it, even if you wouldn't describe it as fun like last year?
Yeah, last year wasn't all fun either. I mean, I'm telling you, when you're 8-0 and you're going to play Seattle and stuff, and you're not just chilling all week. Like, man, this is so much fun. I mean, every week's a grind. It's hard to do that. I mean, in order to go on runs like we did last year, you got to prepare yourself every week like you are going to lose that game, and you better work everything you can to give yourself a chance to win. And when you think that way, and then you just look up, and all of a sudden you're strung together a lot of games. I feel that's how we've been this year too, which has kept us close in some games, which has allowed us to come through and win a few at the end. Obviously, we've had more adversity than last year, but I thought we had some last year. We just overcame it pretty well, and it wasn't quite as bad, so it was a little bit easier to overcome. But those are things that build people individually. It builds character within your team, and it makes your team stronger. I mean, you always want to go through, as what you'd say, a fun year, which means playing well. But I also don't take anything for granted. I think some of the stuff we went through our first 2 years really made us able to go through that year last year and get to the Super Bowl. I think the stuff we've gone in our 3 years is helping us survive what we've been going through this year more than anything, and also giving us a chance to still make something out of it. So I'm just excited that we were able to pull off that win last week, because now we're in this situation. That's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about getting to Buffalo because we don't want to mess this up. We want to get to Buffalo and play as good as we can, so we can continue thinking that way the rest of this year.
Yeah, and one last thing. Normally I don't talk about too many guys, but I hate that Jamar Taylor kind of got hurt the way that he did. Just prayers and shout out to him. I really only say this because he's a silent guy. He did not talk a lot in the locker room, but just asked him about his journey through when he first got here through camp. 8 years, and he's a guy who's earned everything he's gotten in this league, and I got a lot of respect for. And to see him do his job and fill in the way that he did, those are the guys that you respect in the locker room. And so I had a lot of respect for Jamar, and it was really tough to see him get hurt the way that he did. But the type of guy that he is, I know he's going to battle back as strong as ever. And so I just got a lot of respect for Jamar, and I wanted people to know how much of a veteran and I guess silent leader he was on this team.
Thanks, Nick.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.